You tell me the lineup of the U.S. women's soccer team.
No. Yeah, I don't either. But they're still pro soccer players.
Yeah, and so this argument, I think that doesn't hold much water. So classification-wise, I'm completely comfortable calling Pluto a planet.
People came up this road too.
Europa, one of Jupiter's
They
moons,
came up
is a
this
planet.
road too.
Yes.
Same car?
Same tire track.
So they left this road. That's on this
Yeah,
road.
they might have came down this road.
100% I would.
That was Regina Barber from NPR Science Podcast Shortwave. You can listen to Shortwave.
So you tell me you're not going to
wherever
lose?
you get your
You're not going to lose them until they
special
go
shout out to our
on the
friend
road.
at the U.S. Space and
They're
Rocket
pretty
Center.
big.
Home
Maybe they
Space
turn around right here and
For
just saw
Saturday,
the tracks
that's all
going
things
off that
considered
way.
from NPR News. I'm Andrew Limbaugh. Thanks for
Yeah, I think we
listening
got
and have a great night.
Oh, so how do we get home now, boss? We can sit under a shade tree for a while.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Raymond James, a firm focused on transforming lives, businesses, and communities through tailored wealth management, banking, and capital market solutions. Disclosures at raymondjames.com. From Indeed, designed to be an end-to-end hiring solution for businesses of all sizes to attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one platform. Learn more at Indeed.com/NPR. And from the sustaining
Think I was gonna
members
try?
of this NPR station.
I thought you were going to go in the woods for
around
a run.
CPR leadership partner.
Thought about it.
Yeah, that pumpkin's pretty good.
Because you get a diversity of opinions
Like somebody
and
buried a
hear
cat.
of stories
Cut
that
the
are
ears
going
and everything else.
on all around the area, not
Back
just
away.
localized to you and not just nationally. I want to listen to something
Strawberries.
that's informative and something that brings joy to my life and information to my life and that I can understand and get a better picture of the world around me. Donate to support all that you get from CPR at CPR.org.
This is CPR News, 89.5 FM, KPRN Grand Junction, 88.3 FM, KPRH Montrose, and 88.3 FM, KPYR Cray. On translators in Gunnison, K210BN, Uray, K218BE, Parachute, K203FJ, Rangeley, K216BO, and Meeker, K216BP. And on your smart speaker, say play CPR News.
Support comes from Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance, working to save wild species and spaces for 128 years. Now with a new name to continue its mission, saving wildlife together. Details at denverzoo.org.
I'm Shankar Vedantam, and from NPR, this is Hidden Brain. Each week, we delve into the unconscious patterns driving our behavior. Through science,
Not a lot of people know that this is happening.
I fell off my chair when I saw the initial set results, and storytelling.
I just did something extremely
I
wrong.
thought, okay, that's it. I can't take this anymore. I'm going to quit.
We give you new ways to see yourself. There's more than one of you in there. And the world around you.
The empathy is the understanding that someone else's world is just as real as yours.
This week on the show, finding
Really?
new tools from
You think that's a
entrepreneurs.
concept?
But if the problem is that what we already know is leading us to repeatedly get into
Figured they were.
conflicts or to run into
It's radio
failure
shit.
or
Yeah,
to descend into the pits of despair, and we just keep reaching in to the toolbox that has the same tools that are causing the problem in the first place. First, this news.
Yeah, they're
Live
talking,
from
yeah.
NPR News in Washington, I'm Windsor Johnson. Former President Donald Trump is returning to the campaign trail a week after surviving an assassination attempt. Trump and his vice presidential running mate, J.D. Vance, are rallying supporters in Michigan after accepting the party's nomination this week. Speaking to a crowd in Grand Rapids, Trump pledged to return to office.
Less than 4 months from now, we are going to win Michigan. We are going to take back the White House in a monumental landslide. And with your help, we are going to make America great again. Right?
Earlier, Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, took to the stage to criticize both Republicans and Democrats for previously failing to protect manufacturing
No, I'm not going to go around telling people I need dollars back.
2020 election and won Michigan by a narrow margin in 2016. President Biden continues to isolate at his home in Delaware this weekend after testing positive for COVID. NPR's Elena Moore reports the diagnosis comes as Biden faces additional calls from Democrats to withdraw his bid for re-election. In a statement Saturday afternoon, White House physician Dr. Kevin O'Connor said President Biden's symptoms are improving steadily. He said Biden still has a, quote, loose, non-productive cough and hoarseness. Since Biden tested positive Wednesday, the list of Democrats calling for him to drop out has gotten longer. Nevertheless, the campaign says they are pushing onward. On a call with reporters, campaign spokesman Michael Tyler said the president would be back out on the trail next week once he gets the green light from his doctor. Tyler wouldn't say when exactly or where the president might travel first. Elena Moore, NPR News from Oak Beach, Delaware. The world is recovering from a massive tech outage on Friday. NPR's Jen McLaughlin reports the widespread disruptions were caused by a faulty software update. Thousands of customers, and its software is deployed on millions of computers around the world.
Just wanted to read the
That
sign.
software
Close
requires
enough for
deep
government
access to
work, right?
devices to keep track of all digital activity.
That was fun until the transmission popped.
But because of those unique
had it
privileges,
wrong again.
even a minor software update can
That's
disrupt
pretty
the machine's
informative.
operating system.
What?
That's exactly
Because I
what
was putting it in
happened when
four-wheel.
Firefox pushed for
I
a
know.
called minor content update for Windows users. It was a mistake that crashed hundreds of thousands of devices. Eliminating the bad update on individual devices and sharing a broader fix took hours. CrowdStrike's leadership apologized for the disruption. The customers are likely to demand more detail about what happened and how to prevent it going forward. Jen McLaughlin, NPR News.
That would stir up all the fucking bugs.
You're listening to NPR News from Washington. Longtime Texas Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee has died. She was 74 years old. Jackson Lee announced in June
I just
that she
said
had
who?
pancreatic cancer. She represented the Houston area in Congress for more than 2 decades. Hundreds of workers in the United States have died over the last decade when trenches they were working in collapsed, burying them alive. An NPR investigation has found that little is being done to hold employers accountable. NPR's Cheryl W. Thompson has more.
NPR reviewed hundreds of pages of federal and state inspection and safety reports and other documents. They show companies sometimes ignored penalties imposed by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, yet faced no consequences. They also reveal companies that
I'm at
employ workers who
560 on my
were
laps.
killed had been sanctioned previously
Went by
by OSHA for
5:55.
failing to protect employees
This
during
morning at
trench work.
5:50
NPR,
last
along
night.
with Texas Public Radio and the program Renee, found that companies that broke the rules rarely were criminally charged. When charges were brought, most offenders got off with a
It's not as
fine,
bad as the last
probation,
one.
or little
People
time
get
in jail.
stuff.
Cheryl W. Thompson, NPR News.
Huh?
This
The
isn't even close.
WNBA's
I know,
All-Star
but
Game is
still
set
very
to
sure
get
now that
underway
was away.
tonight. It will feature college rivals Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the same squad that's set to face off against the U.S. Olympic team. I'm Windsor Johnston, and you're listening to NPR News from Washington.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Walton Family Foundation, working to create access to opportunity for people and communities by tackling tough
Who the hell is
social
Dr.
and
Walton?
environmental
That's what I
problems.
want to know.
More
Is that a comedy
information
show?
visit Walton Family
I'm thinking comedy show or some slapstick shit.
With so much happening, it is hard to keep up.
That's a
In this
vibrators.
busy political season and through
Well,
election year,
vibrator.
CPR News is here to be your guide.
don't
We'll
think I've been
continue to
putting
bring you
this off
special
yet.
coverage from NPR on the major events. And we'll give context
yeah.
about why it matters for you here in Colorado.
You
Thanks
have
for being
some
with us
chocolate.
here on CPR News.
Zero leave that fucking squares and
From
bombs
NPR,
away.
This is Hidden Brain. I'm Shaka Vedanta. In February 2024, two
Sounds
German
like on the running
tourists
board to me.
visited
on the
Australia.
dashboard.
During one section of their trip in Queensland, they turned off the main road on the advice of Google Maps.
It really sucks having a
They
dirty mind
figured
when
that
they
the road
talk
up
about
ahead
stuff
was
like that. They
closed
come off
because
the
of a
railroad.
rising river, and the
What were they
detour
doing on the
would take
railroad in
them
the
to
first
their
place?
destination.
They
As
talk
one
about
of them put
people
it
being
later,
naughty.
they trusted the map.
Always
decided,
trying to
okay,
go
let's
out,
follow
see what
Google
they
Maps
can.
because Google Maps knows maybe more than we know.
The tourist told an Australian TV station and other media that they took a dirt path known as the Langi Track. At first, things looked fine. Their off-road vehicle seemed up for the terrain. But about 40 miles in, the four-wheel drive Nissan Navara got bogged down. Its wheels sank into the mud. The Germans were stuck, and they found they couldn't reach anyone for help. Recognizing they were in serious trouble, they decided to abandon their vehicle and trek back in the direction they'd come.
40 miles.
I feel like in a movie, like in a bad movie. We tried to build a shelter, but it didn't work really well. So we slept like under the sky.
Rain poured down on them. They had to watch out for pigs and snakes and crocodiles. The 40-mile journey